Okay, everyone. We'll go ahead and kind of get started. How are you, Kendrick?
Hey, doing well.
All
Good to
right,
see you
great.
again.
Yeah, it's kind of cool in Florida. I don't know where you're at up in Tennessee. Must be cold, huh?
Yeah, we've had a turn of weather lately.
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of unusual for us in Florida. So, Kendrick, thank you for joining us. I know that we want to get started with your presentation. And before we do, I want to just educate and kind of let folks know who we are. The company name is RX Connection, and we are a technology company out of Orlando, Florida. My name is Merdad Hariri, and I'm the CEO and the founder of RX Connection. I'm also a pharmacist and been around for over 4 decades as a pharmacist, and I own several nationally recognized companies, which I sold back in 2016. And at the same time that I owned these pharmacies, I also had a technology company that was called RX Connection, and this is what we do. So RX Connection is basically a software is a technology company that we provide you with everything that your pharmacy needs in order to grow organically and be able to get into a lot of different areas such as pet that we're going to talk about today and data analytics. We have a telemedicine program that is custom to your pharmacy that our doctors will prescribe anything and everything for compounded and non-compounded chronic and acute care. We also have a central fill compounding fulfillment solution, which allows you to have all those 174 products that we have currently on our animal meds that it could be easily be compounded and sent to your patients seamlessly when a veterinarian orders the product. As well as we have a Cost Plus RX program. This is not Mark Cuban's Cost Plus. Everybody asks me, is this Mark Cuban? No, it's not. It's basically our own Cost Plus. It's your Cost Plus program that levels the ground for having the doctors, veterinarians, your pharmacy, and your patients have access to a transparent pricing through a secure login that I will demonstrate in just a second. They can have access to as many products that you want to put on that thing, and doctors can go in, see the price, and that's what we're going to touch upon with the veterinary products. They see a compounded product for animals. They just select that product, and just with the click of a mouse, entering the direction and the quantity and the sig and refills, electronically sign the prescription, and then that prescription will be sent to your pharmacy to be filled. We also have other solution. We do podcasting. If you're into podcasting, you want to increase your listeners base. We do podcasts. We do have a discount card program. We have education, delivery apps, and everything else. So let me just start by uh, saying that if you say, how do I get started? When you come to rsconnection.com, there's a place that starts for free. Okay. And it is for free. We don't ask for credit cards or nothing. You just click in and you sign in. And once you sign in, this is what you will see, minus all the data that is available that comes from your pharmacy management system that gives you a lot of information about your business, as well as you can drill into this data with detailed reports. Also, you can upload your invoices in here. It doesn't matter where it comes from. You just upload a PDF of your invoice. It'll go into your uh, reports, and you can see exactly how much you bought, where you bought it from. You can drill into it, how many of the certain NDC, and comparing these with what you bought, what you sold, kind of helps you monitor that just in case uh, PBM comes in, starts asking questions, show me invoices, show me when you bought it. Everything is all available to you. So when you log in, these are all available to you. So I'm just going to go straight to what we were talking about. So we have a cost plus program. Okay. You simply go in and add human medications or animal medications. It is so simple that literally takes seconds to add any medication into your program. So you say add animal meds. You just select any of the 174 products that we have available. You just select it. and you just complete the the blank spaces, and you hit save. And when you do, it gets added to your cost plus for medication. Human medication works the same way. Scan the bottle with the UPC NDC codes, and it'll scan everything. You just set your price based on your formula you create, and that's it. It's in your cost plus. Uh, you can monitor your patients. So whoever the patient may be, whether it be an animal or whether it be a human that comes in and does anything, you can actually see what they're requesting for, and you can delete them, you can update them, and you do a lot of stuff. So if I look at like this one here, well, actually we don't have any data right now, but we'll show you how that's done. So this is the back end for the pharmacy. Of course, you can see all your doctors that had registered on your plan. You have your managed resources. You can add whatever you want, such as brochures, flyers, posters, whatever you want your patients to or clients to see or doctors to see in here. And this is all available to you. And when doctors or patients log in, they'll be able to see all of that. We have a very unique feature, which is like news and information. Let's just say, you want your clients to look at like Animal Med Digest, okay? You can add this link in here, or let's say it was an article or something else. And when the patient logs in, they'll be able to click on that and read what you had created. So this one here is for the human medications, which is the blue screen, okay, portal. And then the other one that I'm showing you, this would be for the veterinarians. So if I go into here, so each one have their own portals. So let's just say RX connection. Uh, sorry about that. Okay. So veterinarians have a portal to log in, and the clients have a place to log in for animal meds as well as for the human medication. So once a veterinarian logs in, they can see all the medication that's available to them. They can see the price, they can see your price, and they can just say check prices, and it loads up and it says this price is 82.40. We also provide you a market price, but since this is a compound, there's no market price available, so this is not available. And then once you calculate, you can easily type in a patient's phone number, and this price information will be faxed directly to the patient. Done. Now, the patient says, yeah, doc, I'll go ahead and buy this for my dog. So what do? You just send to pharmacy. You either search for existing patients that you have, okay, and you just select it, and all the drugs are already completed, quantity, and you just put like, for example, 1 ml daily. You put like 5 refills on it, and the doctor electronically signs it and sends the prescription. And that prescription, just right there and then, it will be going through the system and will be sent to you via fax to your pharmacy. So this is how the veterinarians will send medications to your pharmacy. And once you get it, we have a different process that's very simple to do. It takes a couple minutes. You just send that to our central fill, and then they will fill it and ship it directly to the patient. So, in a nutshell, we're giving you everything you need in order for you to start, um, uh, you know, getting into animal meds, which is so easy and it's profitable. And you see, this is the one I just did. It's already here. You can just print it and you can see what the prescription will look like. And this is being faxed to you from the doctor's office. And you can go ahead and just fill it and give it to the central fill and take care of it from that end. Okay. So what else can you do? You can say, they say, I didn't get it. You can resend it again, or you can just delete it. You can see all your patients, the veterinarians can see all your patients, who they are, and they can go to the cost plus, they can edit it, delete it. And this is where the patient education comes in and support, which, if veterinarians have a questions, they don't understand, they can just fill this out. And when they submit it, you get an email saying, Dr. Stamper is looking to talk to somebody about something, and you just pick up the phone and call them. So this process is exact identical for human as it is for the vets. It's very simple, it's efficient, and and it works. Okay. So this is where we come from when we're talking about animal meds and central fill. So, as you know, animal meds is very profitable. It's almost a $40 billion a year with 85% growth. It's an area that's underserved, meaning that there's not a whole lot of pharmacies that are into animal meds, especially larger chains. So that gives you, an edge over competition, and they're very highly profitable. So what in summary, what do? We give you a centralized portal, the transparent pricing, real-time access and prescriptions sent to the pharmacy. There are 174 drugs done through a 503 compliant, FDA approved facility. It's delivered directly to the patients. And the process again, you sign up, connect your clinic, and receive the orders. You send it to central fill, and that's it. And it's all white label to your pharmacy, and we give you complete marketing support. We have posters, brochures, flyers. We even do some digital offerings such as SEO, backlinks, Google Ads, and social media marketing and advertising. And so we do it all for you. Uh, what I would like to say is that, uh, RX Connection, we are the innovator. We are the one that always thinking outside of the box to make, you know, independent pharmacies more profitable. So this is real results and tangible benefits. It's new revenue stream, highly profitable. You can increase the foot traffic in your pharmacy, and also you can get into supplements that Kendrick is going to talk to you about. You can talk about alcohol supplements and the vitamins and that sort of stuff, which is it will be pretty uh, pretty good. So don't wait until the imitators to catch up. Go ahead and expand your pharmacy. Join today, and you can have your cost plus, and we also have another thing which is called the telemed connection. So basically, with your telemedicine program uh, that will give you, we also have a new skin that we can give to anybody that have any kind of telemedicine. Oops, let me see. And you can see this rxconnection.telemed.health. Looks like it's not cooperating. Technology here. Okay, here we go. So what we give you is that we give you this new skin. So yes, you have a website, but how do you market these to the public? Okay, to your clients, and how do the vet see what you're doing? This is exactly what we give you. It is totally uh, custom to you. And the best thing about this is that you can put all kinds of categories in here, even pet med, travel meds, whatever you like, and you can customize these however you want. You can make this within this whole system that you're looking at. You can create these in under 5 minutes. Okay, if you're really slow, or maybe 2 minutes if you're kind of quick. Everything you see is customizable. You can go in and customize anything. You can even, as well as you can customize the actual site. Say you don't like to say "be great again," or you want to change this. Literally takes 5 seconds. You can change anything and everything in the site, that even have an OTC section, and you can add pet medications. And you see this is a very robust SEO friendly site that when you add this to your existing website, it really enhances it. And you say, I don't have a website. Well, you can just use this custom URL that we give you. You can use it as your website. So I'm going to just stop at this point because I know Kendrick is can't wait till he starts talking about all the experiences that he has and share with us everything about the pet meds and breed-wise. Hi, Kendrick. Sorry it took me a little bit, for about 4 minutes over, but go ahead, Kendrick. So I'm going to stop share, and you can share your screen. So Kendrick has a company called Breedwise. If you want to show your website, Kendrick, that would be great. So Breedwise is a company that specializes in pet health, and we happen to be lucky enough to run across it. and we connected and we talked quite a bit. And Kendrick has, like I said, a wealth of information about pet health. So go ahead, Kendrick.
Thank you, Murdad. Can you see my screen there?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, it's been great getting to know you over the last really couple months, I guess, as we've talked about the innovations that RX Connection brings to independent pharmacies. And I've been working in pet health and in pharmacy for several years, and love to help pharmacies grow their business in new ways. So, talking, with my dad about how pet health is growing, I thought it was a great time to continue to highlight what we're seeing in the at the intersection of pet health and pharmacy. I had a pharmacy a few years ago and grew my business up to 25% in the veterinary space. That was mostly in compounding, but also added a pet health supplement on top of that. And we call that BreeBuzz Pet Provisions. So if you go to breebuzz.com, that's where you can look and see our products. And work with Murdad, looking to bring in some more services alongside that. So as we look at how big that the market is in pet health, you've probably heard a few different numbers, from several different news news groups. I think even Murdoch had a 40 billion. I'm looking at a larger segment here. This includes supplements, pet medications, and other veterinary services. So very large market. It's growing every year. And if we just look at the pet medication market that I've been focusing on, my references said even 15 billion. You get into the billions, and this you can see how much is at stake here. And in the pharmacy space, we're already taking care of many of these families with pets. They already trust us with their own medications. So they're coming to our pharmacies already. I think that we just need to extend that offer to let them know we're here for people and pets as well. Um, Again, this is we're just talking about customers we're seeing every day. Um, to build access and convenience into our what we're offering people, that's going to create a loyalty that they're going to keep on coming back to us. And many pharmacies have already earned that. We just need to continue to look at the innovative resources. And I'm finding that RX Connection really has put that in front of us as good as anyone I've seen. Everything from telemedicine, bringing that into your pharmacy, building out your digital presence online, um, sourcing medications, sourcing over-the-counter products, human and in pet. Really love the RX Connection platform. I encourage everyone to um, create an account. Just get in there and play around, look and see what the offerings are. You can schedule a time for one of the team members at RX Connection to walk you through, and you can test this out. That's really how I learn best, to get in there and to see how the platform works. Then I can customize it to the pharmacy business I'm focused on. As a compounder, I like to think in formulas. So, what are the right ingredients? What are the active ingredients that we need to build a successful pet wellness um, uh, division in our pharmacy? And really, we want to start with identifying our veterinary market. If we look at how many of our current customers are likely to have a pet, anywhere from 50 to 60% of them are likely to have a pet at home. And somewhere in that pet's lifespan, they're going to need medications, supplements, even flea and tick things that are over the counter. You can build that pet section out in your pharmacy, but identifying that market. And again, it's already customers walking in your store. Another important one, we'll dive in a little bit further here, but I call it ingredient number 2, define your vet formulary. What medications, what services, what segments of the veterinary market are you covering? And how do we build that out? Every pharmacy American has human medications on the shelf, so we're already able to fill many of the pet medications that are sent to us. I mean, I've worked in a lot of different pharmacies over the years. Every one of them is filling at least, one pet medication a week. Some are filling 5 a day, and I'm talking about just things that are already on our shelf. If we're not even advertising that we are for people and pets as well, um, we're still, still a great source, a great convenient spot for people to get those human medications that are used for pets. Kind of a secondary level is, what about those? I call them commercial pet medications. Typically, medicines that are dispensed, I should say, traditionally at the veterinarian clinic. And so you take your pet to the veterinarian, and you walk out with a pet specific prescription. I call that a commercial pet meds. Um, and how we, that has traditionally been um, dispensed only from the veterinarian clinic. With the rise of Chewy and 800 pet meds, we're seeing consumers say, there's an alternative. There's maybe I can get better pricing if I go online. So veterinarians have been more open to not building their business completely around an in-house pharmacy. So that's where external pharmacies can step into the game and provide those commercial pet medicines. And RX Connection has a great resource in their platform that helps you find those medications. It wasn't too long ago, let's say a decade, 15 years ago, I didn't recognize a lot of commercial pet medicines. And if someone brought a prescription in, I'm going to be looking online. I'm going to looking for some resource on how, what this medicine is, what it's for. But it's becoming more and more common that we're seeing that that's something that our customers are going to be happy because of their convenience and loyalty to get that from our pharmacies. On top of that, I call it a tier 3 compounded medications. Many pharmacies, if they have the space and the staff and the equipment, they can choose to get into compounding. And you may start off in human health, but as you know, pets come in all sizes and shapes, and they need a lot of specific dosing or flavoring, things that the commercial market does not have everything for. So pharmacies have always been great at customizing medications for people and pets. This is a great way to add on to your pharmacy as well. Again, at RX Connection, we're seeing with the rise of like 503B sourcing, 503A central fill. You don't have to do all of this in-house. In-house is a great place to be, and you can probably be most profitable there because you're sourcing the API and the bases that you put these medications together with. And really it's about committing to the equipment, the staffing, and even the promotion of it at that point. But let's say you want to provide a pretty wide formulary. Well, do you want to add a clean room to do sterile eye drops? Do you want to add that clean room for injectables? There are ways to source compounded medications now through 503B sourcing and even a 503A central fill through RX Connection that has not been available before. Again, I love that these are all under one roof, under one platform, to where we can really build out multiple things. You may be expanding in human health in one area, and you could complement that with the same type of service in veterinary health as well. Number 3 ingredient that's important. How are we sourcing our prescription items, our over-the-counter items? Of course, we can always buy many things from your large 3 pharmacy wholesalers, but some specific specialty meds like commercial pet meds, where are we going to source those? I mean, I've never been able to get those from Cardinal, McKesson, or Cencora, but now we can reach outside of that, like Animal Med Express, and that's built into the RX Connection platform. Great place to source commercial pet meds so that you can provide those through your pharmacy, and people can get those, by bringing a prescription in. but you can also get flea and tick items and supplements. I even sell some of my breed-wise products through Animal Med Express. I've done that for a few years now. So a great place to source um, the veterinary medicines that are hard to source from other places. On top of that, I really love the Cost Plus Vet option. I'm still learning about that. Murda was taking us through the platform and how to utilize that. That's a great tool to build those relationships with veterinarians. I think it's important as we get to know the providers around us, and I'm gonna specifically say veterinarians, to find out kind of what their model is. Is their model running their vet clinic? Is it really important they hold on to the as many pharmaceutical items so they do as much in-house pharmacy as possible? Um, Again, I think that's more of an old school veterinary um, style because that was sometimes 30% of their revenue was coming through their in-house pharmacy. But again, as many vets um, are seeing that that's really long term. That's going to be a losing battle with the rise of um, Chewy and 800 pet meds, like we were talking earlier. So I like to find the veterinarians that are looking to find a better partner than Chewy or 800 Pet Meds is ever going to be to a veterinarian. And the local pharmacy is going to be certainly their best ally. Um, we typically have more available hours. We're open later in the evening many times. We're open on weekends, and we can be a convenient spot for their pet parents, their clients to have access to the medications they need for refills or first fills. And so by talking to the veterinarians that want to work with you, it's really important to show, how, what are the medications that they would like to refer to you. We can talk about all the different medications we can source at the pharmacy now and really be an extension of their office and not a competitor. Um, we did a longer version of this webinar a couple of weeks ago. You can find that on RX Connections YouTube channel. So I did a little bit of expansion on all of these, but just briefly, active ingredient 4. We're talking about how we bring in pet customers, what's our onboarding processes? Do we sign up a pet patient the same way we do with a human patient? And of course we do. We treat every patient as its own individual profile. But what are smart ways to do that? What are our ways to really invite that, whether it be through surveys, through programs, maybe in your drive-through window. But how do you get your staff involved in that? And so it's really fun. I've loved. We used to count how many cars had a pet in it, and then we ran a program of treats going through the drive-through, and the pet. We would offer a treat if you'll sign up for a pet profile. So we'll give you some sample treats. So those are great little things that you can incorporate in your workflow and bring your staff on board to help grow that pet business as well. Training and equipping your team, I think it's really great to have resources at their fingertips that give them confidence. Um, I can say I've Googled way too many health questions over the years. But what am I really going to rely on? And I found a couple of options. Plums is a great resource that we can um, have access. Sometimes I think you can even have that built into your pharmacy management system. There is an annual fee for that, but it is top-notch service or top-notch information, the same types of information that veterinarians are relying on, and it's really helpful to be in sync with them. RX Connection also has resources built into the platform, and having those at your fingertips is a great way to just to train and equip your team to be ready for dispensing those medications. Again, how do we become the pharmacy that vets want to work with? And getting out there, getting to know the veterinarians, finding out what their needs are. I think identifying each veterinarian as like understanding what their model is. It's really important to find out again, like, how pharmacy centric, how important is it that they keep that pharmacy business in-house. There's ways that we can even provide compounds or help them source medications if that's really important to them. But with RX Connection, if they're a veterinarian that is looking for an extended pharmacy or a pharmacy to work with that's even outside their practice, maybe for refills, for um, just more accessible medications on nights and weekends, then if we can identify those veterinarians, then we can utilize the tools in RX Connection to really build out a formulary, help them um, communicate by email and text to the pet parent, and coordinate the pickup and the pricing and all of that. Um, so those are great connections and innovations that we have at our fingertips that can really continue to build that relationship with local vets. You'll hear me say it over and over. We've got to figure out ways to not come across as a competition, because I like to think of vets as really having the an instinct to survive, and working with in the animal kingdom. You could definitely say that's going to be built into their DNA. They're going to say, how are we going to survive as a vet office? Um, and so they're going to be very protective about how they do that. But I think as we bring on those services that add value, that really take care of their customers and keep them at the at the decision making point of the healthcare of a pet, then they're going to see us as an ally. We can dive deeper into that vet relationship again in that in our other YouTube video that we did just a couple of weeks ago. But we're seeing more and more, how do we in store, how do we do signage and promotions that get our customers' attention, but also indicate really, we're a place for people and pets. And so you'll see more and more retailers. This was in a grocery store. I noticed that, I'm over in the I think this is the dairy area, not even close to the pharmacies, and they're saying, bring your pet meds to our pharmacy. Um, so, if we as retail and independent pharmacies, we have an opportunity to communicate to our customers that we're a great place to get their pet meds. And if we don't, somebody else is going to do it. So I think that's what's important to be sure we're signaling through signage, through coupons, through just our conversation and questionnaires, any type of newsletters we do. Just get that message out there that we're glad to source those needs for them as well. Breedwise is the over-the-counter supplement, different supplements that I've built out. Calming and mobility are our top two. These are for dogs. We make it in a larger jar form, but pharmacies typically start off with what you'll see on the screen there. It's a 12 count metal tins. Each of those holds 14 of our soft chews that we built that formula from the ground up. So has been on the market for over 5 years. We've been successful direct to consumer, and I help pharmacies all over the country. This is a great way to start a pet section in your store. You can build around this. You can build programs to where this helps build their pet profile, and then we can get them on on other types of things for flea and tick or other supplement needs they need as well. And at breedbuzz.com, you can see these products more in detail. You can always email me or through the website. You can message me through the website, and I can tell you about how to build out a pet section in your store. I think just bringing that together with one like a unified, good-looking brand that we've worked hard to build, and then to bring that to your customers, they're going to know that you've done your research and you found something that is quality products and meets the major pain points of Anxiety for dogs is a big deal, whether it be around 4th of July or the holidays or anything like that. And mobility as dogs are getting older. You'll see the active ingredients in our mobility bites, or many of the active ingredients that as we turn 40 plus in our lives, that we're probably on many of these same ingredients. So it's a great way to build out a pet section in your store and signal that you're a place for people and pets. And again, compounding is a great place to really show that we are, as a pharmacy, we're going to go above and beyond what the chains and the like grocery retailers can do, and even really what the many of the like Chewies and 800 Pet Meds, because that's just a mail order option. They don't know who's making. Um, it's really hard to coordinate all that. If we can do that in house, that's a great service for working with the vets. And through Connection, we can also find ways to source, like I was saying earlier, those meds that are take more of a commitment to maybe if they're sterile medications or anything like that, we can utilize the 503A central fill or the 503B um, ordering, that we can help supply these medications to the veterinarians or the pet owners who are needing. I just can't emphasize enough. I think that we're we're missing the game if we're only advertising our pharmacy to human customers. Many people think of their pets as family, so every pet is likely to going to need some type of supplement, some types of medication throughout its lifespan, and so we're in a great spot to serve all the pharmaceutical needs of the family. So a little tagline I like to say is be known as the pharmacy for people and pets. So how are you communicating that? How are you signaling that? Are you doing that on your website? And how can you implement things, even one step at a time, of building that out to where over time, you've got a really robust um, selection and offering that veterinarians can count on, and pet owners can continue to learn from you. They'll look to you as a resource that's in line with their veterinarian. So if you want to learn more about BreedWise, here's a QR code. We're working with RX Connection. You can get a 20% off of a wholesale order if you want to stock your pharmacy. You can always email me at kendrick@breedwise.com, and glad to connect with you any way I can.
All right, thank you, Kendrick. Lots of good information. I think what you provided to our listeners and viewers here was actually lots of good stuff. These are the kind of stuff that we try to educate our members with, using our Cost Plus, using our support that we provide you with our Cost Plus, and everything else that we have inside RS Connection. I mean, you hit a couple of good points, and one was that for those of you who are thinking about starting for example, a pet medication, I mean, the best thing to do is always try to educate yourself about whatever medications, whatever products, treatments that's available to animals, and try to learn those names. And we do have a place inside the RS Connection. If you go to the tabula and you go to the drug section and you go to the animal section, we have about 8,741 drugs in there. You don't know what biomycin is, just click on it, okay? And it will tell you what that drug is. It gives you a whole entire package insert. Sorry, it looks like it's not cooperating, which I think could be due to the Zoom call we're in. But basically, if you just click on any of these, there it is, it's working. You can take a look at all these drugs. What are they used for? What do they look like? And with that kind of stuff, you can also educate. I think Kendrick, didn't you just mention there was another software that it was costing like $120 a month? But again, this is for those who are really want to get heavy duty into clinical part of the animal meds. What was the name of that website again?
Plums, I don't know if it's plums.com, but it is it's been kind of the standard in veterinary clinics for how they look up drug medications. PLUMBS.
Oh, MB, yes. Okay, here we go.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just plums.com. So that's been a great resource for, um, some of the things I like about it are you can email, um, the drug, like it has a drug interactions lookup, which is a great service. If as we as our pets get the care that humans are, have, they're going to be on more and more medications. That's what I'm trying to say. And so we're going to be looking at polypharmacy for pets, and we're going to be looking at drug interactions. So, in the pharmacy world, that's what we're here for. We're here to,
It's
uh,
no different than multiple patients of yours taking a whole bunch of drugs,
right,
a handful of drugs every morning, right?
that's
That
right.
interaction. Same thing happened with animals. So when I owned my pharmacies, we did a good amount of pet medications, and we did partner with a local veterinarians in our areas, and some of them, I mean, truly sent us all kinds of medications, whether it be a lower dose of the commercially available drugs to flavoring, even at medication for birds, for parrots, for feather picking, that we prepared some banana flavored Prozac. And but one thing that you guys need to remember is the marketing. I mean, if you're going to get into these kind of stuff, you need to have a robust marketing, and we do provide you with all the print and digital marketing, and even web development, and anything else that you need in order for you to have a successful program. And again, like Kendrick mentioned, you want to be an extension of the veterinarians or these clinics, because, you know, I got to tell you, they make about 25% of their income from the sale of medication in their office. And if you're there trying to compete with them, try to take away their business, they're not going to like it. But typically, we used to go in and say, "Hey, doc, my name is Bardad. I'm the pharmacist down the street. And, we're not going to take anything away from you. You were doing a great job. However, we want to know if you have any animals or clients that are not, let's say you can't find the right dosage, or they need a special dosage form, or, you know, they need something flavored." And we used to make these little doggy biscuits, like the size of about an inch long, and put whatever antibiotics and things like that, Baytril in it, and flavor it up, and animals seem to like it. So I also had a call, Kendrick, so that I had a call from a pharmacy in another town, mid-sized city, and they have a zoo. Okay.
Mm.
And he told me that he's been chasing these people for the last year, and now he was officially becoming the pharmacy for the zoo. And I said, congratulations. I mean, just think about that. And on that story, I remember it was about 20 years ago. There was a pharmacist in Cleveland, Ohio, and he was actually selected to be the SeaWorld, uh, pharmacy for SeaWorld. Just think about that. And so you can make this however you want. We giving you all the tools, all the portals, all the animal meds, all the compounded products. We give you digital marketing, even ways that your veterinarians can send you the prescription painlessly. But it's really up to you to market it. And if you don't market it now, like Kendrick showed you a picture of a stand-up display in Publix pharmacies. I mean, it won't. I mean, if Publix grocery stores advertising they have pet medications and get your prescriptions there, I mean, why can't us as an independent pharmacist do it? It is easy, it's profitable, and you just needs a little bit of a know-how, and that's why we're here. We can educate you everything from how do I sign up for this, how do I add the medications, how do I go and market these. We have a slew of digital and print marketing that we can provide you, and make it very easy. But best of all, you just walk into the doctor's office, a veterinarian's office, and say, "Hey, I'm from Bob's Pharmacy. Here's our flyer. It's a nice little flyer, color one that we create for you." And then just walk in and say, "We have animal meds." And they're going to say, "Oh, really? What do you have?" Well, you can't just pull out a paper and say, "Here's 174 drugs." They're going to turn around and throw that in the trash, right? So what do? You say, hey, doc, it's very easy. Go to our website, click on the link, okay, and I can show you a pharmacy that recently signed up. So they have a cost plus and they have a cost plus vet, and they just go in and clinics can log in right in here. It's all customized for the brand. They can create a free account and they can see all the drugs that you have on there, and then the prices, you set the price. And when they send you the prescription via fax through our system electronically, then all you do is just call the patient, collect your money, and it goes to a central fill, and you're done. It's as easy as that. So, for those of you, I've had a couple of questions saying, are these going to be on YouTube? Yes, we put all these videos on YouTube so everybody can actually watch them in case they missed it, in case they registered when we're not able to make it. So, if you want to see a demo, just simply go to rxconnection.com and wherever this website is, and schedule a call with us. It's simple. We'll show you in just 10 minutes exactly how everything works. If you want one of these awesome looking sites that you can add to your website, that you can do everything from telemedicine to mental health, even animal meds. I mean, you can have an animal med section, or you know what? You can actually turn this whole site that we give you into an animal meds. You don't have to worry about humans. You just make it exclusively for animal meds. You can have an animal med theme, logo, and everything else. Think of what kind of impact that's going to have when you walk into a veterinary office and you say, hey, look at this website, and they kind of say, wow, this pharmacy is really all about animals. And there are a few pharmacies, which I'm going to actually show you a few of them. There's a pharmacy out in New York called Westpaw Pets. And, they don't fill a single prescription for humans, not even one. It's all animal meds, all of it. Now, this gentleman that I know, he's done an excellent job. He's been doing it for about 10 or 15 years, and he does flavoring, he does compounding. He even have prescription dog food that typically, kind of reserved to places like Chewy, Pet Meds, and that sort of stuff. But he does offer that, and he's grown so much that he's in New York. He delivers to tri-states: New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. I mean, think about that. So let this set in as food for thought. And if you again want to talk to us and ask us any kind of a questions, please, just give us a call. We're more than happy to talk to you. Kendrick, anything else you want to add in here before we leave, or?
I think it's just practicing on the RX Connection platform. That's where I've learned the most. You've walked me through, several of the things, and we've seen it again today. I think it's just getting in there and getting familiar. There's so much there. You have to just get in there to figure out what works best for your setup, and what you're wanting to do, whether that be online or through your retail store.
And one last thing I want to add, Kendrick, is that I'm sure you've run across it, Kendrick, is that when I used to do this for pets, and after we build a relationship with some of the vets, with some of the clinics in our area, when we go back, they actually welcome you in, you know,
Yeah.
and they say, "Oh, how you doing? Come on in." And they take us in the med room. They show us everything. They look at this thing, look at that thing. Hey, do you have metronidazole? Do you have cisapride? Do you have
Yeah.
cyclosporin eye drops? Can you make this for me? Can you make this? And I never forget, there was one medication which was called Gastrogard, which was available for a couple $1,000s. It's used for horses. It was basically, it was a 37% omeprazole. Go figure that. Okay. And he says, "Hey, I got a guy that can't really afford all this. Can you make this thing, this paste for the horse?" And I looked into it and I said, yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. So I just bought a whole bunch of 1 ounce tube, and I went and bought a little pot and pan from a local dollar store and start mixing all these things and putting them into this 1 ounce tube that contained a 37% and so on. I think somebody wants to ask a question. Mac, go ahead, and I'll let you speak so you can ask your question. Go ahead. You need to There you go. Go ahead, Matt. Yeah, the central fill doesn't have to call anybody. Central, you approve central fill to fill that prescription. They're gonna go ahead and fill it and ship it directly to the patient, because that's the law. They cannot ship it back to your pharmacy. They ship it directly to the patient, and then they will bill you once a week for all the products that you sold through your system. That's how it works. Uh, Okay, according to the Central Fill regulations, it has to have both of them names. So basically, it will say we use Taylor Drugs. It's going to say Taylor Drugs. It's got their information. It's going to say originating pharmacy, Max Pharmacy. It's going to have your information on it. And also, pardon me, on the actual label. That is correct. I mean, Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, they do the same thing. If you have a friend that works at Walgreens, have them print you a label and show you the label. I mean, they fill a lot of these prescriptions from inside their central fill, and they ship it back to the pharmacy. And right on the label from Walgreens, I have a few of them. If you want to contact us, I can text you a little picture of it from my phone. But it says, originating pharmacy, Walgreens number 123, Central Fill Pharmacy, da 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 da. And it's got your information. And on their label also, it does say for refills to contact the originating pharmacy. So you're never going to lose anything. If a patient needs a refill, it says right on it, need a refill, call the originating pharmacy which is your name on it, with your phone number and everything else. They would call you. You would then collect the money again. If they have refills, great. They just go ahead and collect the money, and then just again through our system, pass it on down to the central fill to fill. So the central fill job is very easy. They're not going to call patients. I mean, the patients can call the pharmacy if they have any questions about the product, but I mean, there's a pharmacist there that can answer their question. But typically, I mean, that's how this works. Okay. Yeah. So basically, if you go to our rxconnection.com, okay, and right on the very top, it says start for free. Okay. And if you have an account, just log in. If you don't, create an account. And then after you do that, if you're a pharmacy, just go ahead and schedule a call with us, and we can just walk you through this within just a couple of minutes, get you started. And everything from the website that I was showing you, like this one, we can make this for you in on literally under 1 minute. Okay. And you can add it to your pharmacy, and you can update anything on this website, any piece, any image. All of these are interchangeable, and you can customize. You can even put OTC items. You can put pet supplements like breed-wise products. You could put that in here. I mean, that folks can purchase from you. So, we're giving you a lot of ways to be able to, uh, you know, make this a successful program for your pharmacy and yeah. You can call us at 888. Just go to our website and give us a call. Okay, because I don't want you to give everybody's your phone number over the call, but just call us and we will be more than happy to show you the link. Okay? All right. You're welcome. Well, Kendrick, this brings us down to the end of our show for today, right?
That's right. That's
And
right.
I see lots of excited folks that would like to join. And so thank you, Kendrick, for being in here. And thank you guys for coming into our profitable prescriptions. If you have any questions, you can always call Kendricks at breedwise.com. You can call us at RX Connection and contact and schedule a call with us. We'd be more than happy to get you in touch with Kendrick. The supplements that he has, which is right behind him in that little display. I mean, these are awesome products for you to start at your pharmacy with very little investment. And once people see you that you have these products and you are pet care oriented, they'll be coming back for more. Like Kendrick said, I have a bunch of animals in my house, including myself. No, I'm just kidding. No, but we truly have a few animals in our home, in my house, and they're part of my family. And whatever happens to them, I'll do whatever I can to help them. So, thank you again, Kendrick. Thanks everyone for being in here, and we'll see you again really soon. Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Appreciate it. Bye bye.